Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here, and today so far I'm having a good day and I'm having a bad day. I might be having a good day because I'm actually supposed to go on a first date today, so that could be exciting. We'll have to see how that goes. I do post videos every single day, so if I don't post a video tomorrow, maybe something went wrong. Maybe I got kidnapped. Maybe I get freaking murdered. Who knows? But as long as I make it back in one piece, I'll keep you guys up to date. I'll let you know how it goes. But I'm having a bad day because I woke up at 4 a.m. today off the hype of yesterday. Cloud9 has this amazing, crazy run. We get 8 games in a single day, another banger-filled day. Cloud9 makes it out of groups, all this craziness. They looked good. They played good. They showed up when they needed to most. And then I woke up at 4 a.m. today, hyped up for 100 Thieves to hopefully do the same, and 2 games in, they were already eliminated from contention, and then it was 6 a.m., I'm tired, grumpy, upset, depressed, whatever, but there was a lot of good things come out of this Worlds experience for 100 Thieves, and there's also a lot of things to talk about. Things that happened at Worlds, and now, of course, looking ahead into the future, into the coming offseason for 100 Thieves as well. So we've got a lot to talk about in this video now that 100 Thieves is officially eliminated. They're officially done with their 2021 season. So definitely drop a like if you guys do enjoy this video. I would appreciate it so much. Subscribe, tip today, and all my latest content. We're trying to hit 10,000 by the end of the year. It's going to be close, so we're going to need your help. And consider checking out my Patreon, patreon.com/IamJerm. With that being said, here we go. So, a lot went wrong for 100 Thieves as far as this Worlds. I actually had, I just tweeted this out a second ago where I was kind of, trying to summarize everything that happened, all the ways that 100 Thieves got unlucky. Here's my tweet. I said, very unlucky for 100 Thieves. First up, T1 didn't beat EDG twice, so they don't get a tiebreaker. EDG and T1 split games at the top, and that's always really, really bad for the teams below if those teams aren't winning games, which at the end of the day, again, if you're not winning games, there's nobody you really have to blame but yourself, but usually 3-3 is going to be good enough to, get you out. If, say, T1 beat EDG both times, T1 would have been 6-0, EDG would be 3-3, and 100 Thieves would be 3-3, and 100 Thieves would have gotten a tiebreaker with EDG coming off a win against EDG. Now, obviously, NA doesn't have a great record in tiebreakers historically. Also, it's kind of hard to beat a team twice in a row in best of ones. No guarantee that 100 Thieves would have got out or anything, but if the teams at the top, T1 looked so good today. They looked way better than EDG did today. And, it just sucks that 100 Thieves goes 2-1 today. EDG goes 1-2. 100 Thieves is looking better than EDG right now, you could argue. And EDG gets out and 100 Thieves doesn't get out. At the end of the day, again, they have nobody to blame. 100 Thieves went 1-2 the first week. They finished behind 2 teams in this group. But it just sucks that, if T1 would have showed up a little bit better last week, 100 Thieves maybe would have been moving on. Maybe would have had a tiebreaker. Also, super unlucky for 100 Thieves that Cloud9 not making it to the knockout stage of MSI, that gave PSG Talon the Pool A seed, that knocked the LCS number 1 seed 100 Thieves down to Pool B. And if they would have changed around, this could have meant that 100 Thieves would have been in the Fnatic, Hanwha Life, RNG, Fnatic, Hanwha Life, and RNG group. And that potentially would have been a lot easier group for 100 Thieves to make it out of. So that kind of sucked for them too. Also, they go 3-3 and don't even get a tiebreaker. And, they're the number 1 seed from NA, but Cloud9 falls into the group where everything goes their way. 100 Thieves goes 3-3, doesn't even get a tiebreaker. They're now eliminated. Cloud9 goes 2-4. They win 2 games in the group stage, and they get a tiebreaker and end up making it out. Like, that is crazy. It'd be so different, if 100 Thieves got a tiebreaker, they lost, whatever, they need to win those games, but they don't even get a tiebreaker. They win an extra game over Cloud9, and they don't even get a chance to make it to the knockout group. That really does suck. But again, at the end of the day, you don't really have anyone to blame but yourselves. You have to win, and this is just how things go. Maybe it means it's a bad tournament format. Maybe it just means you're super unlucky. Who knows? All these different things. But 100 Thieves, they showed up and they did good. There is a lot to be proud of here. When we're looking at these groups, you had T1 and EDG. This is what a lot of people consider the best Chinese team in the world and the second best Korean team in the world. And they went 3-3. They took a game off EDG. They showed that NA is not a minor region. They 2-0 Detonation Focus Me. They did what they were supposed to do. They took care of the team below them. They fought valiantly with the teams above them. I wish they would have looked a little bit better in the T1 games. I wish they would have played better against EDG last week. But again, this is overall a team with not a ton of Worlds experience. Abadage, FBI, these guys haven't really been here before. And overall, I think 100 Thieves played well. They made NA proud. So far, NA has a team going on to quarterfinals and a team that went 3-3. And again, it's so crazy that NA always has these teams going 3-3 and never making it out, because again, so often 3-3 is good enough to make it out. But again, if you want to have things in your full control, if you want to, put everything else out the window, you got to get 4 wins really at the end of the day. Yeah, Cloud9 gets a little lucky. They get a little bailed out. 100 Thieves gets a little unlucky. But yeah, it is what it is. Something else that a lot of people were kind of debating about on Twitter is the fact that 100 Thieves obviously got knocked out after the second game of the day. After they lost to T1, they couldn't make it out. EDG and T1 were both going to finish above them. And a lot of people were asking why Tenacity and Kenvi weren't getting to play a game. And this is something I was asking as well. I tweeted out, like, if Tenacity and Kenvi don't get to play, we riot. And Papa Smithy actually responded to that. He said that since they had all the visa issues and Closer and Kenvi couldn't get to Iceland forever, they actually, they got a lot less scrim, so they couldn't really give as much practice and scrim time to Tenacity and Kenvi as maybe they would have wanted to. So these guys weren't warmed up. They weren't, well practiced, all this stuff. So they didn't want to just throw them to the wolves. They felt it would have been unfair to the young players and unfair to the team as well. And I get it. I understand, but I also disagree at the same time, especially if you're eliminated and the games mean nothing. I would definitely love to have seen Tenacity and Kenvi get some game time. I think it would be great for the development. I think it would be great for seeing what you have in them. 100 Thieves is going to have to make some decisions this offseason, whether they're going to keep Tenacity and replace Someday, whether they're going to keep Kenvi and replace Closer, whether they're going to sell those players off, because they've been very adamant about saying they want to get their academy players to the LCS. These guys are coming off an academy title. They were some of the best players in all of academy. They're ready to make that jump to the LCS, whether it's with 100 Thieves or somebody else. But again, when you take some of these players and you sell them off, you're always risking that they go to another team and, pop off against you or keep you from going to Worlds, or they go off and have amazing performances, and the players you kept instead of them just aren't as good. And those players are younger, cheaper, on better contracts, maybe more drive, desire, all this stuff. And going to Worlds and getting to play on the world stage, especially you had a game against Detonation Focus Me, a minor region team, in a game that didn't matter for either one of you. That's literally the perfect time. No pressure, no stress, especially if I didn't get to play scrims and stuff. I had to travel all the way out to Iceland. I'm taking the time, all this stuff to go out there. I would appreciate getting a game. If I am one of those guys, it just sucks, heading all the way out there, not even getting to play a game, and having to watch your team play a bunch of meaningless games. Like, yeah, it's cool that 100 Thieves stepped up and beat EDG and kept them from getting the 1 seed. But again, ultimately, that's a game that doesn't matter. That's a game that mattered for EDG, but didn't matter for 100 Thieves. I said the same thing last year with TSM. When TSM had Treats, they brought Treats to Worlds and they didn't let him play a game. They didn't see what they had in Treats, and then Treats leaves. He goes on and almost wins MVP in the LEC. 100 Thieves might be in a similar situation where if they would have played one of these guys, they could have found out maybe how good, maybe how exciting, maybe how much potential these guys have. Not that they don't know that already. Obviously, they get to see them in scrims, practice, all this stuff all the time. But also, if you're going to sell them off, you could, showcase them to the world, showcase them to some other teams. Say, hey, these are the assets we have. These are how valuable they are. Now, I get it. On the same side, there's so few international tournaments every year. There's only 6 games in group stage. The players who qualified, who earned the spot, you want them to get all the stage time practice and everything like that. But especially Someday, who is a huge veteran who's been on the stage multiple times. You know what you're getting with Someday. Closer, he could have given up a game as well. I don't know. But 100 Thieves has a lot of tough decisions ahead of them because they had so much go right. They won a championship. They went 3-3 at groups. They showed that they could be pretty good on the world stage. But also at the same time, it depends what your goals are. Are your goals to win worlds? Are your goals to do better than they did last year? Because yes, this team was good. They have promise, they have potential, but they have some weaknesses too. They have some areas to shore up. They have some changes, some upgrades, some replacements that they could make. And I don't think really anyone's arguing at this point in time that this 100 Thieves roster is capable of winning worlds. So if your goal is to win worlds, I think you should always be looking to make improvements, at least considering those things, having those options on the table. And it's going to be so interesting to see what they do in the top lane, what they do in the jungle, maybe even what they do in the support position. 100 Thieves, they had a great run, an amazing season. They had a great run at Worlds. They made North America proud, but yet again, we fall just short. We're just not good enough. We're close, but no cigar. Better luck next year. And it stings. We're happy, we're proud, but also at the same time, I want us to do good. I want us to take that next step. But but we're close. But that is pretty much it for this video today, guys. Definitely drop a like if you did enjoy it. I would appreciate it so much. Leave a comment down below. What do you think about 100 Thieves, their run this whole season, their run at Worlds, what they should have done with Tenacity and Kenvi, what they're going to do in the offseason? I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Subscribe to stay up to date on all my latest content. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace!